I spent all year. I spent all year warning people about October. Hey, thank you very much to Christopher. Your contribution got us to $120 of my beginning of the month fundraiser. And thank you to everybody out there who contributed or donated or said prayers. Because like I've said, that from like the 23rd up until the 3rd, I've been under attack not only by hackers, but they busted in my mailbox and just a bunch of wacky shit has happened. And so I would not have survived without y'all. Sure, yeah, I got to raise $120 for electricity under the Planetary Defense Commander Act. But I ain't worried about it. Because, A, I've been telling people to look out for a Category 5 hurricane during this time. And, well, the dates I'd been mentioning were the 8th to the 13th is a specific watch-out point. We're definitely getting a Category 5 typhoon across the globe that will threaten a lot of different countries in the West Pacific. Look at that red dot. When was the last time we saw a red dot on any of these for any of these hurricanes? And you know what? Out of the dates I pointed out, being September 18th to the 23rd, there was a Category 5 hurricane. Oh, a Category 3. But Dorian was Category 5, and that was earlier. And then, now, during the dates I mentioned specifically, there's another Category 5. So, I'm whipping ass. And people aren't following instructions and paying attention. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so, like I've been saying, Planet Eris alignment is what makes all of October the month to watch for big major storms that I could possibly predict ahead of time. And even if I'm totally wrong about everything, no hurricanes hit anything, then I just did my best to bring you the best information possible. All right. And so we have a potential hurricane in New York in like 4 days within the NAM range. Yeah, I said it. You know why? Because last year, 24 hours before Hurricane Michael hit Florida as Category 5, up to 24 hours, they're saying it's just going to be a Category 1. Nobody really paid attention. And now that we have a major storm heading towards New York, and no, I'm not guaranteeing it's going to be a hurricane. I'm just saying, knowing last year with Hurricane Michael that it surprised to the upside on the exact same date range. Hurricane Michael happened on the 11th of October. After I'd warned everybody about their alignment for a long time last year as well. Here we are. Right? And so, look, you can almost see the pressure bleeding through. It's almost like a bullet shoots here and then it comes here. Although actually I think it comes this side. So these double storm systems, because there's Eris and like its moon. So it's like Eris and its moon. So don't be surprised if this storm surprised to the upside. And at this point, I would think that they do manipulate the weather, but they don't fully control it, man. Look at that hard ridge over here. 1, 2, 3. We got 1, 2. So, yeah, pay attention. Don't pay attention. That's the whole thing, is because we didn't make the Planetary Defense Commander goal totally. I get to be more cavalier. And you know, if you're just looking for somebody to tell you when it's snowing and going to sell you the same old political bullshit half the country's selling you, there are a lot of guys in the space weather community who can do that. Just copy and paste each other. It's like hive mind or whatever. There's like a McDLT lava lamp where the hot side is hot and the cool side is cool and just bounces around. You never know, but you can take educated guesses. See, and people don't think that it can be that strong because these waters aren't that cold, although they're warm. But if it is outside planetary pressure, then everybody's going to be surprised. And so we are in range of the NAM. And the NAM is bringing like a double Fujiwara spinning hurricane, cyclone, tropical storm, depression type thing that could end up affecting Virginia, New England, New Jersey, New York, Maine, Maryland, Hartford, Boston. I read the thingy. And who not? Maybe, I don't know, a giant alien spaceship that's alive will come by and fart it into obscurity. But I'm just saying, I would watch this thing, and then the second wave, which will be in about 10 to 15 days, we've got the Florida/Crystal River hurricane possibly rolling up the bend. Now, the GFS shows one hurricane option just smashing it into Guatemala, but then it comes back out, goes over Cuba, and then barely touches the tip of Florida. And then it creates a giant, weird elephant nose thingy trunk. Yeah, look at that. So then it stops, it spins, it goes west, and tries to kind of meet up with this front that creates my first name, the letter T, and then you got another one coming out. So, yeah, there's a possibility New York could get hit with something major, and all these other places. I know just because Katya, who's beautiful, smart, reminds me of Lois Lane, lives there, I give it way too much attention. And look at that rain band right there. Just like, bang, mass rain. It's almost like a steamel front split open in the Earth's core or upper atmosphere. It's all very complicated. What was I talking about? Yeah, the people who've been trying to knock me out of the game, I still pray for. I still pray for them. It's true. It is totally true. It's true. You should pray for your enemies. But I've warned about October, so don't let this storm catch you off guard and blow you away. Another thing, it's like people can't follow dang instructions. Like I said, the September storm had a 20% out to sea option. When that happened, people were mad, like, you said it would hit. I'm like, dude, no, you didn't even listen to what the hell I said. You should be appreciative. Nothing happened. We got the out to sea option. Fight, flight, or surf. And the super cool Tim Kelly is a surfer. Talking about more great surf ski weather this week. Here is Wednesday at the NAM. And so you got the cold front meeting up with the hot front. It's going to be stormy, bitches. Hey, sexy ladies. Does Hyuna have the best legs ever? Maybe. Definitely maybe. Her voice is so cute. Bend the knee. Not you, Sansa. You're married. And your husband's really cool. Hey, unrelated, have you guys heard my THORnews theme song? It's really, 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 really great. It's almost like one of the greatest musicians in the world wrote it. I want to know the team that's been trying to knock me out of the game for 18 straight months and using every tool at their disposal, throwing the sink at me. What type of pep talk you can give your team next month, buddies? Like, nothing to worry about. There's a lot of snow around. We can tell people that it's going to be totally grand solar minimum all the time. Even though here comes solar maximum in a couple months. I got to stay on target. We're saving lives here. I can't be distracted by non-hurricane thingies. Okay, so yeah, boom, zip zap. Although that is still, 10 days away. That little hurricane that pops out of the Gulf of Mexico and flies by Florida, it still looks like it's within range to trend west and possibly hit Tampa Bay. Though I could be wrong, and being under attack all the time and having some of those beautiful women play head games with me constantly for the last 2 years, maybe my intuition gets off target sometimes. So everybody on the coast needs to be prepared. East Coast, Gulf of Mexico coast. I mean, if you're into that. And as I've said, if it looks like a Category 3 storm is bearing down on you, I wouldn't be there or taller. And that's going to be the hard thing about the New East Coast storm, because if it does do like Eris and it goes from like, we thought it was going to be a Cat 1, and then it even surprised to the upside of a Category 3, you would only have 36 to 24 hours to even have a hint if you are anywhere near the East Coast. So that's why I would highly recommend everybody be paying attention and staying aware. And if you get the urge to be like, hey, let's drive 8 hours west because it looks like this thing is going to bring some much more major waves than anybody predicted, that's what I do. Because the majority of people in weather are very, very, very conservative all the time. And so even though often when all the things combined, and I go, okay, worst case scenario, because it has a lot of factors that could cause a great worst case scenario. My track record up to this year has been almost perfect. So it's like, even if I did make a mistake, which I haven't yet, you would think people would give me leeway, but these are crazy times, man. Boo, the Florida Wave Master, pointing out the storm that will be coming out of the Gulf of Mexico, and this would be pushing it this way. So in 8 days, You know? And the same dudes who've been trying to knock me out of the game are still, last night, they're messing with me, hacking. And so it's like, dude, we have lives at stake. Ain't nobody dying from some snowfall in the next month, bro. I mean, maybe one or two, but not like the same hurricane type thingy. But I got to stop letting my ego get the best of me because they are like the Washington Generals. They haven't won a game, and they're way too easy to dunk on. What was it talking about? And now we're just going to do the run through the model runs just to see what's up because we were watching the storm and watch how it gets pushed out. And yeah, I do believe there's kind of like a shield around New York. And so I do think they're going to do what they can to fight this thing off. And if anything, push it to the poor people or poorer communities, states. But like I said, I don't think they fully control everything. And look at the size of these freaking rain bands. Look at the size of these storms, man. Smoke if you got them. All right, that was the icon. All right, now we're looking at the latest full run of the gem. So I want to point out, it has the East Coast storm just kind of hanging out, doing some weird shit, kind of co-combining with the other storm. And look in the Gulf of Mexico. You got that hurricane coming out within the date range that I gave. And it's a little later, but it was like 8th or 13th. I mean, it's like a week behind. But look at the size of the rain band. But I'm saying, so you have multiple models showing the hurricane coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. And Cranky Weather Guy has kind of been on board as well. Because I like to give you guys differing opinions, especially when I'm the only one saying shit like it could be a hurricane for the East Coast. I mean, talking about the New York storm. But Cranky Weather Guy and agreed that there could be some dangerous, really dangerous shit coming out of the Gulf of Mexico in the same time range I'm talking about. So right there, which would be like what? The 15th? So yeah, pay attention, man. Yeah, I mean, they're, or don't. You can only do so much. What type of jackass makes death threats on the internet anyways? Yeah? You think like Al Capone was like tweeting people out, we're going to take you out, buddy. But yeah, so look at this. That shows like a bunch of lows. Like super multiple lows, and this thing will be retrograding, and yeah, it's just going to, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this thing is going to surprise the upside, but shit talkers still got about 3 more days to talk shit, act like I've been getting a bunch of shit wrong when I haven't. Okay, great. This whole situation is totally worth watching. Then you got that giant storm coming across the United States. It looks like England is going to be going through a very stormy wave after wave pattern. And do you see that, dude, at the very bottom there? Now the icon has that low, which could possibly be, which will be a hurricane, coming out of the Gulf too. So I would, yeah, dude, I'm pretty confident in the fact that me selling y'all the danger of this October was real, because the September storm had a 20% out to sea option. I have never once given the October possible Florida hurricane an out to sea option. And I've said, give me my report card at the end of hurricane season, and October will decide how good I did. Look at those rain bands, man. So in conclusion, yeah, man, like I've been staring at this thing and pretty much been focused on work 99% of the time since July. Watching out for y'all. And so contributions are and letters are totally appreciated. I definitely deserve it, plus a ton more. And I'm not saying the storm in 3.5 days for the East Coast will be a hurricane, but I would say be prepared for it and keep looking for signs and use your own intuition. Ultimately, it's up to you to do your own due diligence, cross-reference other people, and then figure it out for yourself. Do what I can to help. Is your Planetary Defense Commander Asterisk. I'm more saucy, though. But yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with the I think 100% chance we're going to get hit by a hurricane in October, probably coming out of the Gulf. So, probably be near Crystal River, Tampa, Florida. Somebody's trying to tell me yesterday that hurricane season's completely over. I was like, what? Okay. Anywho, I love you guys a lot. And I will be sticking at it. The New York storm, I'll be paying super close attention for the next 100 hours because that will be the most important time. So I'll be giving you guys regular updates. You're going to have to either like click the bell button on the thing, and you got to check back regularly because there are so many shadow boxed, view siphoning, like stealers around that. And the views and the likes don't matter. But the fact that this information gets out properly, that's what matters. And I love you. And so, it is freaking game time. Take it or leave it. I do my best all the time. Sure, yeah, I make mistakes, but most of the time, I'm just awesome. Oh no, there's snow. It's going to affect the crops. Sweet. Sexy lady. And not those two dudes. Open them game style. Boom. Tic tac pow. Yeah, so if you take yourself way too seriously, it is too easy to piss you off. You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody to have a great day. I'm blowing you a kiss. Yeah, October is going to be a weird, wild month filled with ups and downs. I'd like to thank the band Sponge and George and all of Asteroid Fight Club if we're still together. But look at this. Look how this draws up. This is the GFS Legacy, and it puts it way up here. But look how big the storm system would be, and then it's got like scorpion tail, and Mercury just entered Scorpio. Jeez Louise, look at how out of balance the planets are, because these are the gas giants, right? And there's Eris, and so how that's the big thing. Like when we get to that Eris alignment, which doesn't happen to the 17th. You know, all the pressure from this zone to this zone is going to be really intense. You know? And I think we're going to see the next major American earthquake in December by the eclipses. So, yeah, you can steal that information too and run with it as long as it helps save lives. Well, they probably won't because that can't be good for West Coast real estate prices. And West Coast real estate owners have been really mad at me for a while. I'm still here. But yeah, so like, and remember, Jupiter travels an 11-year orbit, which is definitely connected to the solar cycles. And so yeah, we're in a solar minimum now, but we will be in a solar maximum probably in 3 to 4 to 6 months. So, and then hopefully I can edit again by then. Yeah, but dude, and so, and then, you know, these two will be lining up here right around the election. Don't let that trigger you, bro. That's what both Fox News and CNN, they've literally programmed you to be triggered by everything. Yeah, not everybody. That's what Asteroid Fight Club was created for. Not to get fooled by all the bullshit. The divide and conquer distractions that dehumanize us for profit and power control. Yeah, much we're seeing the microcosm of that being fought out in the truth community, where everybody, like 99% of the truth community, is like, hey, look, it's going to be cold forever. And government is great. This government will save us all. Our government savior is the greatest guy that's ever lived. And he will make greatness all the time, everywhere. Like, dude, he's just a politician, just like all other politicians. I'd be careful. No, you didn't want that little lecture at the end, did you? But this is my channel, dude. You know, and I can say what I want. I'll do what I want. And you can down thumbs. And you can leave a shitty comment. And now that I'm spicy and not technical, you know, I might be spicy talking back. Sounds sweet. Also, Al Gore hasn't even been in office for 19 years. What did Al Gore do to hurt you so bad, dude? You know, what is it? Why can't you let go of grudges? Also, unrelated, since they started synthetically 3D printing diamonds, the value of diamonds got way down. You know, Seasons change, tables turn. But yeah, the oceans are looking a bit gnarly. It's time to get ready because this ain't funny. Could get very hurricaney. And so put on your shoes if you got to go running. I should do sit-ups. And again, I can't thank you guys, Astro Fight Club, enough. To have for 18 straight months, to have a giant team that has tons of resources, do everything they can to knock me out of the game, make me homeless, steal all my shit. It feels great every month that I get up off the mat to fight again for the people. Look at that volcano earthquake signal down in Chile and surrounding territories. Wowzers. I didn't even show you all the frames. And I'm always like, hey, let's work together.
Like, we don't have to.
So what are you wearing? And what are you going to wear for Halloween? That's the thing about YouTube. Somebody's going to get triggered about something. There's always like the people who lecture you about, oh, Halloween is evil. Oh, Christmas is evil. Oh, everything is evil. I'm like, it's relative. It's kind of like you can create your own thing in your heart. And I know for sure that my Christmases are wonderful and pure. And Christmas is my favorite day of the year. If you have lasted this long, which not a lot of people probably have, I'd like to tell me in the comments, what is your favorite day of the year and why? I love Christmas because as a strong empath who can feel other people's emotions, including the collective, on Christmas Day, for like 3 to 5 hours every year, you can feel the goodwill across the planet. It happens every single year, and it feels great. Thanks to my King of Kings, Jesus Christ, God, and the Holy Spirit. That's why we got to appreciate the good men, the heroes out there, trying to do what they can to do the best for our Earth family, the creatures on the planet itself. And so, Open Gangnam Style. Man, why is it taking you so long to load? This should be moving, but it's not. So I'm trying to think of funny, witty shit stuff. Dang. While it's loading, but I'm not coming up with anything. You know any good jokes? You're not going to load at all? I bet it would be pretty if it did. It is 12:12 p.m. Texas time. And if I've offended you, I'm sorry. But what are you doing watching this late anyway? We're like 20 minutes in? Yeah, there's so much going on. Oh, now it's messing up on me. All that for nothing. Okay, where everybody stay cool. Wait a second. Even if it does become a hurricane, it may stay offshore, but it's going to create some crazy conditions, I would think. We'll see. Because remember, 4 days out, the Euro had Michael as a 1,000 millibar tropical storm, and models have keep drawing this thing up as like 995, which would be a 1 millibar away from a hurricane. And it is interesting that they always get to the 995, but never get to 994, because then somebody would say it might be a hurricane. A subtropical hybrid nor'easter up your butt, Joe Boo. But that is the good thing about being not meeting the Planetary Defense Commander target, was now I get to be more immature, at least for $120 more till we get there. And I think we will eventually, because you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. Look at that thing that is head to the West Coast. And so, yeah, I'm expecting those to kind of move in some form of unison. So be ready. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you get up and leave an angry comment for me? So yeah, stormy times for the UK, stormy times for your face, stormy times for our minds, stormy times. But you know what? Asteroid Fight Club will be on its, I don't know when I initially started, but THORnews I've been doing what I can to train you guys for 7 years on November 23rd. I'm hoping to celebrate my 7-year anniversary of doing my best to be. Wow, this, like, yeah. Look at this whole. It's going to get wild. And so, this is the area we're watching, which is kind of like the apex point of 2 giant storms, the tail. All right. So, yeah. I know. Okay. I do love y'all. And I hope we will one day all work together to make the world a better place. Because I think that's what Jesus wants. If you disagree, that's fine. We're allowed to disagree on things. Unless you're in a political hive mind, then you guys all pretty much got to say the same damn thing all the time. It's like, what is even the point? It's like stormtroopers in Star Wars. You know? I love you guys. Yeah, okay. Stay cool. God bless everyone. And Jesus is going to be the reason for the season. You know it.